Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Pyanodons playthrough. In our last episode, we worked on continuing to kind of rebuild and improve all the things we need for red circuits to be faster and better, along with some other things. I actually don't remember what we improved because it's been a few days since I made the episode. I do know I need to improve cotton guts. I think I improved 10. Is that what I did? I believe that's correct. So my tin production is swimming along quite nicely. We've got plenty of tin. The next thing I wanted to do, actually, as I was thinking about what to improve, was plastic, because we're still doing this old recipe that uses lots of syngas and aromatics, and I'm just making syngas from tar without the improved recipe, so it's kind of a mess. So what I want to do is make that a lot better. This is the recipe I want to make. I believe. Is this right? Yes, but I don't necessarily need to make the iron oxide from scratch, so we'll take that part out. So funnily enough, we do still need some tailings output, but instead of aromatics, it's benzene. And then this should do it, so we will pin this. This recipe is a heck of a lot better. It makes 20 plastic at a time. So what I'm going to do is delete all of this and try to make sure I'm not breaking anything else along the way. I don't think anything else is connected to these. Oh, and here's a bunch of ash that we were going to end up stalling out on eventually anyway. And then we've got tar connected here. We'll have to switch that to be crude oil. But I don't think I need... These aren't connected to anything else. Oh, that was connected to creosote, so I do need to undo that. So we need to leave that running to get our treated wood, which I don't need for a ton of stuff, but I do need it here and there. This ash is kind of in the way, but it should be fine. So we'll just make the plastic in here, and I will need to provide crude oil. So we'll do that right here. That'll probably have to be an input pipe, actually. And an output pipe. Okay. So we need two oh, these are huge. I forgot how big these were. I might need a medium factory building. Maybe I can make a reformer Mark II. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Because that's twice as fast. So I only need one of them. Same thing with a multi-purpose cracker. I'll make a Mark II version. Fluid separator. Oh, and we need a lot of destructive distillation columns as well. Well, that's only for benzene. I already have a lot of benzene, so I should be able to just pipe down, or even just request benzene barrels. That's probably the easiest way to do this. Benzene barrel. It's right here. So we will request... I think 10 is fine, because that's... Oh no, that's only 10 seconds worth. So 100. 100 benzene barrels. 100 iron oxide. And we will need lead plate. 40 of those. And then we'll need a bunch of steam. I think probably the easiest way to get steam is just to pipe it down, because I do have a steam pipe here. So we can just do that. Yeah, input pipe, and then we'll need an output pipe. Alright. So then now we can get our reformer, which is just making BTX. Or no, making naphtha and BTX. We'll give it some... Ah, I can't do productivity. Sad. And then we need our multi-purpose cracker using... Let's see. Does that change things? Yeah, we'll do it that way. So that will be using the BTX, lead plates, and steam to make ethylene. And can I do productivity in that? I cannot. Too bad. And then naphtha, again, I'm gonna have extra naphtha that I need to get rid of, which I should be able to do in just a regular pipe. Let me remind myself, what can I make out of naphtha? I had it on my list to decide what to do with it. I can't really... I guess I could send it back over to the west to help make my bitumen. Hot reaction gas. What does that get me? All sorts of weird stuff. Processed light oil, which can get me lots of stuff when combined with titanium. But that costs titanium. I can make aromatics at a large amount with some iron added in. Ah, tall oil. That's probably what I'll do. Because I can make tall oil for free. I could also just power the base with it. Make combustion mixture out of it. But honestly, I have plenty of power right now. So tall oil, which can also make power. So at that point, I might as well just use the naphtha for power. Or I can make biomass out of the tall oil. Or I need it for the outlet gas thing. So, I mean, right now, honestly, I don't have a need for naphtha. So, I will put it in a big old tank. Make one of these bad boys. And call it a day. And then I'll just sinkhole the rest. Don't need this compressed air anymore. Okay, overflow valve. Right here, I think. And then a sinkhole. There we go. Okay, so then we need to finish this up. Hopefully I can fit everything in here. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, because we've got tier 2 stuff. So I'll do a destructive distillation column tier 2 as well. Then we only need one of everything. And then I will need a unbarreling plant. Unbarreling right here seems good, I think. Yeah, it's fine. So barrels go in, barrels go back. Don't need these. You are going to be benzene barrel emptier. And I should probably upgrade. That should be a fast inserter. Benzene needs to come to here. And then I need plenty of steam connected. So connect that up. Steam is connected. Lead plates and iron oxide need to both be on chests. Or on chests, on belts. Don't know what I'm talking about. Do close and far. Okay, iron oxide and a lead plate. There we go. And we need that to pass by both of these buildings. Okay, and then we need the ethylene. That is ethylene, right? Yep. Now I wonder if we can do productivity here. Yes, thank goodness. Get 8% more plastic for free. And now that steam is connected up to the wrong spot, of course. So we need to be here. Underground. Connect that up. And then benzene can go all the way over. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So massive amounts of plastic are being made now. And that will just go directly into a chest, which will be a provider. Honestly, I'll just let it fill up, because plastic only stacks to 100. So I'm fine with having a lot of plastic in the network. Maybe we'll limit that. Because the other one will be full, too. Okay, so our cheap plastic is accomplished. That feels good. That was definitely slowing me down. Sweet. So now the bots will have a heyday, delivering plastic to everywhere it needs to go. I think we were only making like 1 per second before, now we're making 10 per second. We're way cheaper. Just a little bit of crude oil, and a tiny amount of iron oxide, and an even tinier amount of lead plates. So that feels good. The next big thing I need to do is get more urea. So we're going to make some Ulrichs making urea, which let's set up a chain for that. I do already have some amount of manure chains set up, but the problem is urea also requires the Zogna bacteria, which I may be able to get a better recipe for at this point. And let's try to go for 5 per second. No, sorry, there is no better way to make Zogna bacteria. Not yet, anyway. So the Zogna bacteria is still the same old recipe. I'm starting to wonder if I should just make a Zogna bacteria plant. That's all it produces. Oh, am I out of Petri dishes? No, that's just making it slowly. Okay. Why is that short on seaweed? Oh, is this... We're just not making seaweed fast enough, I guess. That requires 1.5. These are making 0.66. Oof. Seaweed Farm Mark II. I can make that already. Okay, well that's good. We're gonna do that. Seaweed Crop Facility Mark II. Okay, so I'll delete this first so that I don't waste making one. Seaweed Crop Facility Mark II, and there we go. So now they can hold twice as many modules. So the crafting speed's actually not different. It's 0.1, and energy cost is 1.09 megawatts, and this is 0.1 and 4. So actually you need the full modules to even maintain the same energy cost. It's kind of a weird dynamic. It actually is more expensive to run the building because you can fit more free speed modules in it. It kind of compensates for that automatically. So let me grab some seaweed from these guys. Or no, that's moss. That's why that's not working. Or not why it's not working, but seaweed and moss are not the same thing. So I'll grab some more. Oh, and we need the recipes. What recipes do I have? Do I have better ones? Saline water, slaked lime. I just feel like all those things are more expensive, but fertilizer, holy cow, we get a lot of seaweed. How easy is it to get fertilizer? Okay, there's 3 different recipes. These 2 are higher technology. Bones, urea, ammonium chloride, and Zogna bacteria. That's probably the best one. That costs a little more urea, a little less bones, no blood, and 20 Zogna bacteria, which is a decent amount, but not a ton. It's this ammonium chloride. That takes a ton of, I mean, 20? Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that yet. Not worth it. And really, these other recipes aren't going to be very much better. So we'll just stick with the Mark II buildings, which will have the effect of doubling, I believe. Roughly. Because now they're 2.1 instead of 1.1. So it's not exactly double, but it's close. And then we can just make sure this guy is all filled up, and there we go. That changes our output rate to 1.26, which is close to being enough to make that agar guy happy, which we don't even need all of that agar anyway. So that will help with the petri dish issue. But yeah, I'm definitely still short on urea, mostly just because this setup is all congested. I don't have much more space for more buildings. And these are making, I think, about 3.7. So I think doubling that to 5 would be great. So we'll go with that. We'll make the Zogna bacteria its own little chain. I want this to be the default factory building from here on out. Agar. We're going to use tier 2 buildings on all this. I'm going to make those my default. I don't think I can do tier 2 of the AlienLife stuff because that all requires neuroprocessors, or most of it does. Looks like the botanical nurseries don't, but these ones do require neuroprocessors. And some of them require electric engine units. Ugh. We've already looked into those. Those are crazy expensive. Okay, anyway, moving on. Agar, seaweed. Seaweed comes from the limestone recipe, wherever it is. Just looking at the future recipes I'm going to get. They all require saline water and slaked lime, but at least that one... Man, a tiny bit of iron ore dust really does the trick too, it looks like. So stick with that. Switch into Seaweed Crop Facility Mark II. Build with seaweed. I'll only need 2 of them. Limestone. Okay. And steam. What's the best way to make that? Why is that not working? Does I not see the steam as a... Huh, why is that not matching? I don't get that. This should be matching the steam requirements. Because, oops, that's what you're supposed to select, I believe. So what is up with that? Does it have to do with the linking? Maybe it's the fact that it's the certain temperature, it's getting confused. Yeah, it doesn't quite seem to be able to link it properly. So that's strange. Unless I'm missing something. No, that's just not working. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Okay, and then Empty petri dishes. I'm just going to check what my rate is on that currently. I also improved my sulfuric acid production in between episodes just to get a little bit more of that going. Molten glass area is over here. Let's see how this is doing. It's looking not maybe great. First of all, can't get productivity on those. That says it can make 0.667, but that's assuming I have enough molten glass, which I currently... I guess I do. Can these take productivity? No. Can't use anything in these. Guess I could use speed modules. That one's done. I'm gonna have to go get some more quartz crystals at some point. And improve my glass. I'm still using the lower tier of glass processing. But that's fine. Okay, I'm actually running out of tailings. That's interesting. Might have to look into that at some point. Is it for Nexalit? It's probably for Nexalit. Because every time I build a tier 2 building, it usually costs Nexalit plates, or a lot of them do. At least I thought a lot of them did. Yeah. And then that takes just thousands and thousands of tailings. So I will need to make... can I make Nexalit mines? Can't remember what that costs. Yeah, neural processors. So soon I'll be able to make a Nexalit mine and use the Nexalit rocks that are somewhere on the map. I don't know. Yeah, Kimberlite. That's not Nexalite. Nexalit. I know it exists. The question is where. Maybe I haven't even uncovered one yet. We might actually need to build a train for that. But obviously, if you can mine the Nexalit ore, that makes things a lot easier. Yeah, I don't see one currently. I know I'm getting distracted in a lot of ways. We can also just make raw Nexalit from drill heads and drilling fluid type 3, which is pretty expensive. And we happen to get Nexalit as a byproduct from high-grade titanium, but we're not going to be making a ton of that. So this is really the way we want to go, is just finding an Nexalit reserve. So we'll do that at some point. That's on the long-term list. I don't even know if we'll get there. First order of business is improving urea. So I'm finishing this out. We've got all that. So then we need liquid manure. And for that we need manure. And we will be using the Ulrich food version. Can I get better manure yet? I need pie science. And bedding. I don't even know if I want to use bedding. Bedding is expensive. So I need 11 Ulrich corrals, and then just some Ulrich food and water. And then... yeah, that should do it. We already have Ulrich corrals in here. Since I already have Ulrich food and water, I feel like I should just make the manure in these buildings. And we'll just slightly change this blueprint here. And we'll have to change the recipe. So then it won't be... wait, How is neither of these a water barrel? The other ones not require water barrels? Oh, they do. They just come in from the bottom right. I don't really need to, if I switch the recipe to this manure. I only have 2 inputs and 2 outputs, so we don't need 2 belts. So that one can go, that one can go, that one can go, that one can go. Hopefully this will still work properly. And then this one switches to water barrel. And then we have a requester chest for Ulrich food and water barrels. Bottom left. And an active provider, or just a regular provider chest right here. The water barrels will automatically get quested out of it by this guy, who will then make more water barrels. And that means I'll have to add some more barrels into the system, which I can do at some point. And this needs to be a request for water barrel. I don't know, 50. Ulrich food. 20. And then we need to grab some Ulrichs, which I do have quite a few of. Oh, I only have 60 of. I thought I had way more. Let's uncage another 100 there. And we'll let our bots... We should automatically put them in. Guess they're not. Okay, there we go. Manure's running. This needs to switch to manure and manure. It's less than 500 is a better number. And then we can copy that twice. Put one right next to it and one down here. Copy. Paste. This is definitely not 10 plates. This is for manure. Delicious, delicious manure. Okay, that was really a bad word to use. But here we are. It's delicious to our factory. Let's say that. So we already see manure showing up. So then we'll just need a requester chest. Maybe we'll put on the edge here. For manure. I will request 5,000. Because why not? We need a lot of it. That'll be provided to here. And then I do have manure somewhere else in the base. Let me double check on what I'm doing with that. Yeah, these augs are making manure. I guess there's no reason to stop that. We'll leave that be. Because that's coming from free sources anyway. And we do need another factory building, so I'm going to let the bots do some delivering, speed things up for a second. Okay. And we can get these guys running. This does look like everything's running properly. We just need a lot more water barrels. I'll deal with that in a second. I need 4 more, and then 4 more. Decrease the update rates. Paste one more time. All right. I think that should about do it. Oh, we need some more Ulrichs. So we can fill up our factories here. And yep, those are full. Okay, so we need a bunch more barrels to go into our little water system here. Where can I grab barrels? Probably any one of these. I'll just take all those. And put those in here. That should help. I don't really know why I had a stopper on that. We wanted to make as many water barrels as possible. I think, yeah, they should be backed up, so that's fine. So I'll actually get another pile of barrels. Where did I just grab those? From here. I'll have to wait for another barrel delivery. Here they come. Okay, so I'll take all those again. Back to the Ulrich von Liechtenstein. Okay, put the barrels in, and that should give us plenty of water barrels now. Okay, there we go. Sweet. And we are a little low on bots at the moment because they need to catch up. I might grab a couple more, just like 5 more, because the manure is going to be a few per second. So I want to make sure there's enough bots to handle everything. But once they catch up and all of this is kind of backlogged, we should be okay. And I might need some more barrels. I'll do one more set. Again, I can't remember where they were, but I'll just take those. And this should be a fast answer. Yeah, because these are just getting all figured out. The actual rate that they need is still only 0.6 per second, which is not very many. So we're just waiting for the bots to catch up, and manure is being produced. So then I will make another plant here that is just for urea. We can always expand that later. On the left side here will be all the stuff we need for the Zogna bacteria, which is what? We need coke for the steam. We need empty petri dishes. Probably 200 is going to be more than enough. We need some lamps. Take 100 of those, and we need some wood, which we will accept a full stack of 500. And everything else we make in-house, right? Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to put all that in a factory building. Should probably move that up one. And let's see if we can fit all of this. I'm a little doubtful because of the 2 seaweed crops facilities. Because if we have 2 of those, single high pressure furnace, actually this might work. Soil extractor, feeding the seaweed crop facilities, a boiler making steam, no, that's not going to work. And then Agar, Seaweed comes in. Oh, you can't rotate that way. Right there. Love the water on that side. Connected there, which means that one will connect to the same water. And then we only need 2 of these and 1 of these. So actually, this does fit. And then the nice thing is we can just replicate this whole pattern over and over again if we need to. So we'll get all these buildings crafted. And I can probably clean up this design a little bit. I'm actually wondering, could I fit a 3rd? Could I fit a 3rd? Now that's a question. We're going to move those over 1, and we're going to try. Just for fun. So we'll leave as much space as we can. 1 soil extractor will still be plenty. And I can put that as close up to there as possible. And then the seaweed is coming down on a belt here, which will go into a single high pressure furnace. The only place we need steam is here, so the boiler can be directly attached. And then I still only need 2 of these, because 50% more of 1.1 is not above 2. And then I'll still only need 1 of these. So we'll actually put this back here. We'll have a pressure pump there. We can feed those things directly in. Petri dishes will go onto a belt here. And these 2 will feed in, and the agar will come over like that. And yeah, I think this is actually going to be fine. And then the coke will go on a belt here. Oh, we need a water pump. Blech. Of course. Forgot about that. And of course that can't fit up in this region. I guess there's no reason for these to be down and to the right. Those should be up and to the right. And then I can probably fit the water pump in here somewhere if we kind of change this around. Interestingly enough, we actually can't. Let's shift this over. So we'll put this as far. Oops. There's 1 square in the wrong spot. Okay. So this will be our water. And then I still need to fit a high pressure furnace. Interesting. We're 1 square short, which I can't fix vertically. Okay, well I'm going to move this up and over. We'll have to fit the high pressure furnace here. We can do this. I believe in us. Okay, this will go here. We need the pressure pump maybe right there. And then we'll need these 2 guys to be like this. I think we can still make this work. Oh, and then I need the boiler. But I think this works. Okay. Alright, nice work. So this is just a future blueprint to be able to get more of the, what is this called? Zogna bacteria from a single building. Okay, so that water's all connected. This needs to be connected. We're gonna have steam. So this is for Coke. This is for Petri dishes, empty. I guess at this point I can probably just have two, no I can't. I have two filter inserters. We actually need to have that place here. We'll do that. Agar. Pressurized. We're gonna have some issues getting the items to the building, aren't we? I can probably do something else with the pressure pump. We're gonna need 2 guys here. Drop over there, so that leaves this open. One of you is wood. One is lamps. Where are my lamps? Here. Okay, and then the empty Petri dishes. We can do this. Use as little space as possible. Or I guess the finalized Petri dishes, not empty Petri dishes. And then Zognobacteria will come out there. Pressure pump, we can kind of put wherever. Sort of, except this doesn't all... Oh, and we need the boiler still. Let's make sure we put that in. Boiler's gonna need water. And the Coke. Huh. So what if we do this? Can we get the Coke to the boiler? That's the real question. Can't quite reach that far. Can't move that over at all. We can do this, we can do this, we got this, we got this, we got this. Okay. Can't do that. Then I just need to connect water to it. Huh. What I was thinking is we could also have the pressure pump up here, but then there's no way to get the compressed air around. Guess we can do it that way, maybe. And then the Zognobacteria can still do something like this. And then the compressed air can do that. So then now all we need is water connected to this somehow, which we can do sideways like so. And then all we need is this guy to be making agar. And there we go. And these will just need to place diagonally. Ah, that one won't quite work. We'll have to do this. Oh, and they need to get agar. Shoot, forgot about that. We actually are okay. So we can do that and that. Beautiful. Okay, and then we just need seaweed running down here and over. And then seaweed going on Shoot. We will need probably another underground here. You're picking up and dropping off into that one. And then this guy will drop off into that one. This guy will drop off into that one. And then outputs. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I believe that will all work. I just need seaweed now. I'm proud of that. That was not easy. But we did it. And now, where do I grab seaweed? I know there's a bunch sitting over here. I'll just run in. Actually, I also know there's a bunch in my rubber factory. So I'm going to let bots deliver some things to me. And then we will grab the seaweed from in here. I don't know how much I need, but that should be enough. And this plant. Okay. Seaweed. Seaweed, seaweed. Oh, and we need water in that one. Beautiful. So now this should increase this by 50%, which this is already 4/3, so I'll have exactly 2 per second. Is that right? I think that's right. No, more than that. This is 5/3, so I'll have 7.5/3, whatever that equates to. A little more than 2. Sweet. Okay, well this will be a great way to provide Zogna bacteria, and it'll come out this square. And then finally, we just need manure, water, and Zogna bacteria, and 6 bioreactors. We'll put that in another building. I need the manure to be requested right here. We'll just go for 500. That should be fine. And then we'll have a couple inserters. Manure will be in here. 3 bioreactors to start with. Where are those bad boys? Here we go. Shoot. They require a bunch of stuff I don't keep in my inventory, apparently. I wonder what it is that they need so much of. Is it stone? So the tailings pond, a mixer, and a moss farm. Oh, it's stone brick. That's what it is. Am I out of stone brick? No, I have 23,000. Definitely not out of stone brick. Is it just not being requested? Did I somehow delete it on accident? I bet I did. No, it's there. There it is. It just requires hundreds of stone bricks. It's probably the tailings pond. I think it, yeah, tailings pond requires 100 stone bricks just by itself. Oh, maybe it's soil. No, I have soil too. I don't know what it is. Maybe the mixer requires a bunch of stupid stuff. 2 washers and a pie tank. And washers require... I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I should only be able to build 2, but here we are. And there's a lot of pipes I have to craft too. Alright, but all I need is 6, so 1 more set of 2. Come on. It does look like stone bricks that are the issue. So I've got 200 and I still can't... Okay, so it takes 200 stone bricks to build a bioreactor. That is why we can only build 2. Or no, 200, slightly above 200. Alright, well that should be good for what we need to do at the moment. Still a bunch of bots trying to find me, so we will let them arrive. Alright, this is getting to be a long episode, but we're almost there. Because we're only going to need a few things in here. So we'll have 3 and 3. Liquid manure is first, and then urea is second. I'll just connect these up like so. And then connect up the Zognobacteria, and that's going to be flowing in from... I guess we'll just have the bottom right here. Whoa, I'm walking way too fast. Zognobacteria, input mode. Come over here. There we go. Manure and water. Water can just be pumped. Manure can be, what's the rate here? 1.875, so I think a sideways fast inserter should be plenty. And a single slow inserter for each of those. And let's throw productivity on all this. So that will make a fairly large difference over time, like 8.1% or something like that. And it will only slow it down about 5%. Because, you know, the productivity goes up, which actually means the speed is increased by 4%, but it's also decreased by 5%. So you multiply 1.04 by 0.95. And what does that end up being? 0.04 times 0.95, and we end up with 98.8% of the speed is left in these buildings. So it doesn't decrease the speed by 5%, even though it looks like it does. It only decreases the speed by about 1%. Alright, urea will flow out and out. Guess we'll just have it go here. That can handle 8 per second, which is more than I'm producing, and voila! We're now providing more urea to the network. Feels good. I'll just let both of those fill up. And I think we're going to have to call it an episode here. It's gotten to be a long one, but we improved urea. So we got 2 things off our checklist in this episode, which feels really good. And I don't have a Coke giver here. So we actually need like a little belt here. There we go. Okay. Now, can I do productivity on any of these guys? I should check that. Oh, I ran out of productivity modules. Craft 10 more here. So let's see. Can we make this more productive? Ooh, I can. Okay, that's nice. That'll save me some lamps and glass. What about these guys? Also, yes. Okay, that's good. That'll save me a decent amount of glass in the long run. Now this one, you know, the more productivity modules you add, the more the discrepancy multiplies that we were just talking about. Because now it's 0.9 speed times 1.08 productivity. That decreases the overall speed by about 3%. Still not a huge difference, but if you're really cutting it close, it might matter. You know, going back to our Zognobacteria, we need 0.56 high pressure furnaces times 1.5, so I actually need 0.84 of the overall speed to still exist. So I decreased it to about 97%, which is fine. And these 1.12, you know what an easy way to do this would be is just change this to 150%. Because that's what I'm producing. Actually closer to like 151%, because I have 3 seaweed crops. So then all of this is fine. I can even add in the productivity modules here. Hit play. Except on the seaweed crop facility. That's not right. I have to find seaweed again. There it is. Okay. Wait, didn't I need 3 of those before? Oh, because of the productivity, I don't need as much. So now I need to multiply this. So we'll see what we can do. Divide by 2.47 times 3. So there you go. We're actually producing about 3 Zognobacteria thanks to the productivity modules in both the high pressure furnace and the assembling machine and the incubator. That's like 8% extra times 8% extra times 4% extra. So our seaweed goes a lot farther. We actually are going to be ever so slightly restricted on these assembling machines, but that's fine. So we will divide by 2.02 times 2. And this is our final rate of Zognobacteria. Cool beans. So we see about 5 urea flowing out. That should help. It's still going to be restricted for a while, but that'll fix a lot of our urea issues, which were mainly causing problems over here for the cobalt extract. So that should be speeding up a little bit now, because we needed a lot of cyanic acid. So I'm going to call it an episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.